Oh my god, I look like shit. It's absolutely been a long time no see. So much has happened since I last filmed a YouTube video. I did have some filmed, but I just wanted a fresh start. I just deleted them. I'm having a fresh start. A lot has happened since I sat down and filmed last. A lot. Maybe one day I will sit down and talk about it. Maybe. I don't know. But me and the father of my child broke up. It was the best decision for both of us. We broke up in February before Valentine's Day, but we stopped living together middle of March. I wanted to sit down and film a Get Ready With Me, and I was like, I wanted to kind of talk, and I was like, I feel like upon ending that relationship, I lost myself. If we're being so real, I lost myself. And I feel like lately I've been kind of feeling like I don't know who I am. So I thought, what's the best thing to do? I've also had a couple new subscribers lately, a good few, so I thought I'm gonna do a get to know me. And at the same time, I can also get to know myself, because I haven't been taking care of myself. At the end of that relationship, well, pretty much over the whole relationship, I wasn't taking care of myself as I should be, and I'm slowly kind of getting back on routine and looking after myself and doing things that are making me feel better. So I figured I'm gonna get to know myself a little bit better. At the same time, maybe I'll do a story time or something eventually. I don't know. Now's not really the right time. I still have like my tan's a little bit patchy. I tanned yesterday, so that's why I look a bit funny. Anyway, I have a bunch of questions, so let's just go. I just searched up a bunch of questions and then it came up on Reddit with a bunch of different ones. So, oh, there's a bunch of personal questions. Do I want personal? The first one is, what childhood memory makes you smile? Oh, we are not off to a good start. I'm trying so hard to think of something right now, but I think I've got about 4 memories of my whole childhood, and let's just say none of them make me smile. Next question. What drives you to get up every morning? My son. Now there is an easy answer to that one. I'm very strict on my rules in my life, and the sort of person that I am. No matter what I'm going through, if I'm having a day where I'm struggling, if I feel like, oh, I can't be asked to clean, I can't be asked to do this, I do it anyway. I will do it anyway. Even if I just want to lay in bed and rot, I don't care. I will do it anyway. And that is because my son did not ask to be here. He did not choose to be here. I chose for him to be here. At the end of the day, it was my decision. And that means it is my whole responsibility to make sure he is obviously cared for, and that he also deserves to be in a nice clean home every single day, and that is what I strive for. So no matter if I wake up and I feel like I'm gonna have a good day or a bad day, the outcome is the same, because all I do, every decision that I make is for him. Everything that I do is for him. So that's kind of the way that I view life. In general, I will get up and I will do everything I have to, even if I, again, like I said, even if I just want to lay in bed and rot and do nothing and be lazy, I don't care. I won't ever do that, because I've made a promise to myself, and I made a promise to him that I will always do what I need to, and I will never ever put him in any of the situations that I was put in my life. So if that is something as simple as keeping the house, apartment, whatever, completely clean, tidy, that is exactly what I do. I kind of feel like I went on a bit of a tangent there. I mean, see, I feel like there's a lot of things that people could potentially say about me, but no one can ever say that I'm a bad mother, ever. If they really, if they paid attention, they would. If they don't pay attention, then that's their own fault. But everything I do, from the moment I get up to the moment I go to bed, is for my son. Whether or not it is me sitting down, filming, putting some time into myself so I can then go and put a better version of myself into him. Everything I do, everything that I put into my life, that I bring into my life, is only to make me a better mother and to give him a better life. That's quite literally the reasoning behind any decision that I make. How do you spend your free time? I spend my free time filming. I have a very set routine. I'm a stay-at-home mum, so oh my god. this is off topic, but you ever been in that situation where you swear off men because they all suck, and you're like, no, I'm just going to be in my healing era, I'm going to be in my single girl era, and then a man, an actual man, I'm sorting out my eyelashes, by the way, I've just been staring off camera the whole time I've been talking. Anyway, an actual man walks into your life and then just turns it completely upside down in the best way possible, and everything just kind of falls into place, and you don't actually, I mean, in some sense, you don't actually remember what life was like before them, because that's how I feel right now. I didn't want to be that girl that obviously got out of a relationship and moved on really quick, because I'd been that person. That's kind of how I got myself in this situation anyway. But I am a firm believer in fate and destiny, as is said man we're talking about. I think he's walked into my life at the perfect time, and he is healing things that he didn't even break. Crazy. So yeah, no, I didn't want to be one of those people, but shit happens. Honestly, I'm so tired of defending myself. I am so tired of just... Ooh. I'm so tired of trying to explain to people and tell people what sort of person I am, and like fighting so hard to prove myself to people that have already made up their mind and made their decisions about me. And I just can't be asked to do that anymore. I am who I am, mistakes and qualities, whatever, in one. I'm just, honestly, I'm taking life by the fucking balls at at this point. I am sick to death of being controlled and being told what to do. Anyway, I keep losing track. I'm just sick to death of being controlled and being told what to do and being put in a box in the corner and being told, you know, to be seen and not heard and all that bullshit. I really cannot be asked with it anymore. And I'm not doing it anymore. I don't have time for it. If I think about it realistically, it is what sort of person would I want raising my child? And what sort of person would I want my son to think I am? Would I want him to think that I'm a pushover with no self-respect, no confidence, someone who is willing to let anyone walk over them and be put in their place every day? Is that what I want? No. So that is what I'm not gonna be. Anyway, next question. What are your hobbies and how did you get into them? Did I even explain what I do in my free time? I think I kind of just, again, I went on another rant. Anyway, my free time, I basically have the same routine every day. I look after my son, I clean the apartment, I do little bits every day rather than doing like a full spree of cleaning. Sometimes I do like to do like a full day of cleaning, but usually I just do little bits every day to keep on top of everything. Obviously I cook for myself. I really like cooking. That, I guess, ties into the next question about my hobbies. I absolutely love cooking, and not only that, I love cooking for other people. I feel like that's my love language, just doing things for other people. What is it? Acts of service? Something like that. I feel like I kind of have all the love languages. I feel like I'm just full of love. It makes me feel really naive sometimes, but I wholeheartedly believe that I am now being rewarded for the person that I am. I saw this thing, right, that was like, even though obviously I was telling myself I do the single healing era, whatever, I'm still doing that healing because I know that there's a lot in here that's like struggling. But I saw something that was like, self-love isn't just loving yourself, it is, or in some sort of way, I can't remember exactly how the quote went, but it was like, self-love isn't just looking after yourself, it's also accepting the fact that the worst version of yourself deserves love too. And I think that's kind of settled everything in my brain, because I'm a lot better of a person than I used to be. And like, saying this, I'm not saying this like I was a fucking awful person, but I feel like I've done some things that if I could go back, I would do them differently. But then I feel like everyone would say that, because that is just life and that is how you grow as a person. I've been like that for a very long time, but I never really felt like I had an open enough space to kind of really explore all that. I feel like the relationship that I've just gotten out of, I say just gotten out of, it's been 2 months since we've even, you know, whatever. It's been 3 months since we've been broken up. Anyway, whatever. I kind of never really felt like I had the, what's the word? Like the sort of environment that I needed to kind of be myself. And I'm now kind of realizing that as I'm now in an environment where I can. And it's really complicated because I feel like you never really kind of see or understand these things until you're actually out of the situation. Like, you know, the rose-colored glasses come off, and in hindsight, it's just a beautiful thing. It's crazy. I feel like it's very weird realizing how badly you've been treated before only realizing that when you get treated well. And you, sometimes it hits you like a brick. Sometimes you're like, well, yeah, fair. Kind of saw that one coming. But sometimes you're so, like, in your brain about certain things that have happened, and you, like, ingrain it in yourself that this is normal, and it becomes your new normal. So then when an actual normal comes along, you kind of forget. And then, like I said, it hits you like a brick, and you're like, I really put up with that. And see, at some point it's a joke. You're like, you take the piss because it's like, yeah, fucking men, whatever, stupid. And then you sit there and then you realize you're like, yeah, men, but I actually let someone do that to me. Ooh. And then you just have to sit with that for a minute and then move on. And one thing that I have realized is that I'm a very big person on, like, I feel like I've completely gone off the point of this video. I wasn't really meant to be talking about this too much, but this, you know, this is where we're going. We're just having a sit down live chat, whatever. I forgot what I was saying. The mindset that I have, that I've always had, is that I will never let myself go down roads I don't want to go down, because I have a very specific outline of my future. Maybe not specifically what it's going to be, like dead set terms, but I know it's going to be something big, and I know it's going to be something fulfilling, and I know that I'm going to make it. I'm not sure in which area I'm going to make it, but I've had this feeling my whole life that I am going to make it out better than what I started with. And that has always been my promise to myself. And when I had my son, that was my promise to him as well, that not only am I going to make it for him, but I'm going to give him everything that I never had, and that is what I want to be. I feel like I've forgotten why I was making this point. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I remembered. And I saw this thing that said, what did it say specifically? My commitment to my future has to be greater than my attachment to the past. And I'm like, holy shit, absolutely fucking right. I feel like that's kind of summed up my entire mindset, just to a T. It's crazy. I've run on a fucking tangent. I just need to answer these questions and just get on with it. Oh my god. Yeah, what are your hobbies and how did you get into them? Filming. I've been filming since I was like 12, 13, doing makeup, because it has just been, it's just always been my thing since, like, as long as I can remember. I feel like I was kind of a little bit of an outcast in that sort of sense, because obviously none of my family's really into social media, none of, like, obviously they watch TikTok, whatever, but none of them are kind of that obviously involved. No one in my family wears makeup, like none of my sisters, my mum, really, anyway. That was obviously every day as I do. I feel like I'm like girly girl, girly girl, and I haven't really been around too much of that, so it's kind of just, I don't know, again, like, it's just been my thing, my own thing. Like, I grew up with a lot of siblings. I have 5 siblings, so I feel like this was kind of my thing that was just mine, and kind of what separated me and made me unique. And I feel like it was kind of like the first time that I actually made my, like, own identity for myself, if that makes any sense. So I stuck to it, and obviously I still do it now, and now it's just my thing. And then, like I said before, I like to cook. That's my thing as well. See, I like to clean. I don't know whether or not I'd call that a hobby though, because I just have to do it. And obviously I know I have to feed myself, but I go above and beyond when I cook. So I guess cleaning is sort of a hobby, but also not really at the same time, because I just have to do it anyway. What else? I'm a very social person. I like to talk to people. I like to see people. I think my favorite hobby lately has just been seeing my man. Anyone who has gotten out of a very toxic, very unhealthy relationship and then gets into a healthy relationship, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you kind of just get addicted to it. Like, not, it sounds like I'm saying it in a bad way, but like, it's like it becomes a new normal, but at the same time it's not normal, and you kind of just get obsessed with it. I mean, that's how I feel anyway. I am just I'm obsessed with being able to love someone that loves me back. Not only loves me back, but loves me back in the right ways. It feels nice being able to like cherish something and actually get something worthwhile in return. And not only that, just being able to trust someone. Not an easy thing. It is definitely not an easy thing. It's terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying. I feel like that's like the biggest thing I can say. It is scary. But I am a risk taker. I always have been. If something feels right, I'm gonna do it. If I have a gut feeling that something feels right, I'm gonna do it. And I don't waste time. If there is something there that I want, I will take it. That sounds like kind of bad. Like within reason, obviously. If I want something, I will go for it and I will go and get it, because if I know deep down it's meant to be, I will get it. So when said amazing fucking man walked into my life, I was like, I want that. I could take a step back and be like, no, I need time. I didn't feel like I need it. I don't know, maybe some people might not agree with that, but I don't know. It felt right. It felt so right. And like I said, it walked in front of me. It stopped me in my fucking tracks. Had my attention, and I was like, you ain't fucking going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. And he's most definitely not going anywhere. I feel like I need to do a whole fucking YouTube video just to talk about this man. It's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to start, but also I just need a yap fest. It's... I love him. I've literally almost done my makeup and I've answered 4 questions. Right, okay, let's do some. Let's try not to get off topic, because that is what I'm good at. Let's do some eyeliner. Right, what goal are you working towards right now? Okay, let's try and keep this simple. I feel like I have a few different ones. I have a few long-term. Long-term, obviously, it's social media taking off, being able to do this full-time. Short-term is try and just keep my head afloat. Try and keep my head afloat for the next couple months. I feel like I have a feeling the worst is still yet to come. But I don't know, I'm holding on. I have someone to rely on now, so it is just honestly a case of taking things day by day. I think my main big goal, like I said, is social media. I want this to mean something. I put a lot of time into it. It already means a lot to me. Like I said, I feel like this is my identity. This is who I've been for as long as I can remember. And I want to be able to make it into something. Like, I just want it to be able to give me freedom. That is why I do this. I just want to be able to have a stress-free life. I don't want to be, I mean, if I had the opportunity to, yeah, it'd be nice. But like, I don't want to be living up in a massive fucking mansion, whatever. I just want a nice house, nice family, happy and just free. You know, nothing tying me back or weighing me down, because I've felt tied down my whole life. I just don't want to feel like that anymore. I just want to be able to do something that I enjoy. I've spent so much of my life feeling like shit and being put through things that no one on this planet should have been put through, and dealing with people that had no right to even come into my life. And I just want to do something that makes me happy, and I just want to be happy. That's quite literally it. And I wholeheartedly believe I found the person that I'm going to share that with, and that's all I want. I just want to be happy and have someone to share that with. What subjects, current events or causes are you passionate about? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not up to date on anything because I'm not smart enough for it. I keep myself, I don't know, you know what, something that I have been keeping updated on lately is the whole, if you are like on TikTok, you might have seen about it, the whole Kayla Malik situation. She got out of an abusive relationship. I think she was with him for 9 months. She documented everything that she went through with him, and he abused her. I think he broke her jaw or her nose or something. She has a bunch of videos of him shouting at her, abusing her, just crazy shit. I believe that today is the first day of her going to court with him, and that is something that I've been following up on, because her actually coming out and talking about it kind of pushed me to realise that I deserve better too, and I can only feel what she's potentially going through right now. So that is something that I'm keeping up to date on. It might not be like when it comes to things, I'm not gonna lie, like the news or whatever, I get stressed out so easily, and I've had people like drag me for this, but I don't really keep up to date on current things going on. I feel like I just have enough negativity in my life, and then I watch the news and everything is so depressing and I just can't handle it. So yeah, so I just kind of avoid it, if I'm being so real. I curled these lashes so well. Aww. Ah! Anyway, what's your favourite way to unwind after a hectic day? My mum watches my videos, so I don't really want to answer that honestly. A good workout session. Anyway, if you could visit any place in the world, where would it be and why? Oh, I don't know, there's a lot of places. Okay, I need to wrap this up quick because I think my camera's gonna turn off. It's got a temperature warning. I actually have no idea. See, I might be going on holiday for the first time this year. I don't know, maybe, depending on how things go, whatever. I actually have no idea. Anywhere I could go. Honestly, right now, probably a fucking Wingstop. I'm really craving a Wingstop. Honestly, or like, you know what? I've really wanted to go swimming lately. I really just want to go to a nice beach. Where is a nice beach? Like an island. I can't think of any countries. I'm terrible at geography, but if I could go somewhere with just a really nice beach, a nice warm beach, not too warm because I'm naturally ginger and I might die, a nice warm beach somewhere, nice like blue water. Perfect. What book or movie left a lasting impression on you? The Perks of Being a Wallflower. If you've watched it, I don't need to elaborate anymore. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, then you'll understand. Who do you look up to and why? See, honestly, like I said before, I feel like this man that walked into my fucking life at the right moment. He is just kind of all the pieces that had been blown up and thrown around, whatever, broken. He's just picked them all up one by one and he's just putting them back together one by one. And I feel like, you know, like I said, he is fixing something that he didn't break, and every single day he kind of takes things out my hands that I don't need to hold anymore. And he's turning me into a better person every day just by being around. So honestly, I'd say him. I feel like he's definitely shown me a lot and like just very significant things, and he's helped me change and kind of overcome significant things in a really short amount of time. So it'd have to be him. He makes everything perfect. Oh my god. Some of these questions are actually outrageous. Anyway, I finished makeup. I don't know what I want to do with my hair. Right, this next question. What's an experience that significantly shaped who you are today? There isn't... you know what? I found a positive one. Having a child. I think that before I had a child, I don't think I was like insane. Some people might think it's different. I don't know. I was definitely a lot more immature and petty. I think I had somewhat of a mature mindset, but I could definitely have done better. And I definitely think when I obviously decided that I was going to have a baby, everything that was negative in my life, everything that was childish, everything that was petty, walked out the door. Obviously I've done some like stupid shit or whatever, nothing excessive, but like I'm still 19. But all the things that were kind of weighing down on me, I just got rid of. They just weren't important. Things that I'd been holding on to for years just disappeared. And I think that was I think that has shaped me the most significantly, because I feel like if I didn't have my son, I'd be in a lot worse of a position than I am today. And obviously I feel like I've went through things that I wouldn't have gone through if I didn't have him, but I would go through those things 100 times over to have him and have him in my life. So that's... Anyway, I hope you like that. Get rid of me. I went on a few rants. Honestly, this has just been kind of like a lifetime catch-up sort of thing. I'll probably be more in depth at some point. I'm not going to go over the top because I don't want to be putting all my life business out. on the internet, but I also do I just kind of want to talk about things. That's always been my thing. I always talk about things. I like to sit down and film. It helps me process my brain, helps me process things that are going on, just sitting down and talking about it. And sometimes I don't feel comfortable talking about it to people in front of me, but I feel comfortable sitting down in front of a camera and showing potentially the entire world. But it's different because you guys, it is different. It is just different. It's easier than sitting down and having an actual conversation sometimes. So that's, yeah. But I hope you enjoyed that. And again, if you're going through some of the things that I've mentioned today, you deserve better. And it does get better. I didn't think that it would. I thought that my life would go downhill no matter what I did, but it doesn't. Everything works out in the end, which is crazy. Because I never believed that. I feel like a weight has just been lifted off my chest. I feel like a different person. Okay, I want to answer a couple more questions even though I've done doing my makeup. Well, let's do it. Let's do it anyway. How do you navigate through difficult situations or conflicts? Shut down normally. So this is one of the things that I was talking about that I don't know what to say. I feel cringy saying my man. He's quite literally my man, but I don't know. Is that cringe? Whatever. That's one of the things that my man has helped me with. Kind of talking about things, because again, the relationship that I was in before, you didn't just talk about problems. They weren't ever just talked through, if you know what I mean. So I got to the point where I would just shut down and I'd just go silent and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. And then obviously we've had like, but I don't do that anymore. It's definitely something that I'm still learning, but it's getting better. He's getting better and he's helping me get better with that and being more confident. And I'm definitely a lot better at standing up for myself and not being walked over, 100%. What fear have you overcome or are you working to overcome? What fear have I overcome? That I think one of my biggest fears was the things that I've went through, specifically again the last relationship, that I deserved it for some reason. And I was scared that that was all I was going to amount to and that was all I was going to have in life, and that the things that I actually wanted didn't exist. That was what I was scared of. But this will be the last one this will be the last one that I answer because my baby's just woken up. Anyway, I have learnt that I do deserve better, that I'm worth more, I deserve more. Some people just suck and it's nothing to do with you, it just has everything to do with them. And that was something that I needed to learn. Usually it's the people you don't want to disappoint you that end up disappointing you. And they tend to do it in more significant ways because it's not what you wanted.